And welcome back to another SnowRunner video. I'm going to do this because this is the last thing we really have to do here. I have not done these yet because I didn't have any time to play today. It's 4th of July. You know, I didn't have any time to do any of it. So that also being said, if you do hear some bangs, there's obviously people setting off fireworks because it's 4th of July. But yeah, so I didn't do those. The only thing I have left to do on this map, though, is this clean energy. Well, once I finish this clean energy, there might be more stuff that unlocks that I can do. But everything else here, all of this is on the other map. Plural maps. So we will have to go there eventually. But for now, we need to do this. And I want to see if I have a truck that can... I don't know if I do. Actually, I do. I could use this, but it's slow. Does this... It does. But can I pull a trailer with that? Probably not. I don't think it can. There's not very many trucks that can. I know one that can is the P16 or the P12 maybe. But I don't have that. The White Western Star can do it too. Not that one. The Dan might be able to actually. This can't have a medium log frame on it yet, or I would use that. Unfortunately, I can't buy these trucks. I hate that. I don't understand why you can't just buy trucks wherever. It doesn't make sense. Those are locked. Why are those locked? I have all the DLCs. It's kind of weird. See, this is my problem. I don't know. I just don't know. The trucks that you can have a medium log thing on it and still pull a trailer. Those are locked because I don't have that. The Crocodile is a DLC that I don't have because that's a standalone vehicle DLC. I'm tempted to just use the Forester. It's slow, but like it can do what I need it to. So I need the medium log extension. And yeah. Alright, so it's slow, but it can do what we need it to do. Because I can pick everything up. Because I can pull a trailer with this too. So I can get the 6-slot trailer and get all of this in one load. So let's see. We need to go... General stores where we get... Assuming... I don't know. We need to get a trailer anyway, so we need to go there regardless. But that's also where we pick up either the cement or the packaged sand. I don't know which one. But this thing doesn't seem like it's slow, but it's slow. Like, it's just a slow truck. It's the only bad thing about it is that it's slow. But other than that, it's probably like the best truck for logging in the game. Like vanilla wise. I say vanilla, but I mean like it's not a mod at all. Like, you get this truck in main and it's just part of the game. It's like one of the there's very few trucks that can have a medium log carrier on the bed of the truck and then can also tow a trailer. There's very few, and this is one of the best ones. Because it's literally what this truck is designed for. I think I need to turn here. Like I said, there are a couple other ones. The White Western Star can do it, but I don't have that truck, and I don't want to have to... I can't buy it while I'm in this region, so I'd have to go to like a North American region to buy it. I just don't feel like doing that. So we're going to use the truck we have, and it'll work out. It's just going to be a little slow, but that's alright. So we are going to get the 6-slot trailer. So this truck's going to get real slow. It's probably going to take this whole episode to do this one task. Or this is a contract, I guess, but it's going to take the whole episode because we got to get the medium logs, we got to get the cement and the packaged sand, and that's not even it. Then we have to deliver the the turbine blade, which is labeled as a assembled rocket on this. I don't know why. It's really weird. It was apparently a thing in the test servers that was made aware to the developers, and they just never fixed it. So it's just never been fixed. But I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have a different icon either, so I'm not going to bother adding it to the spreadsheet because... Am I on the right road? Yeah. Like, holy shit, this truck is slow. So I'm not gonna bother adding it because it has the same icon as the assembled rocket, so like there's no point in doing it. If it was a different icon, then obviously I would, even though it's labeled wrong in the game. But it doesn't have a different icon. As far as I know, it does not show a different icon. Even when it is, there's only like one instance where it's labeled incorrectly, I believe. But other than that, throughout... Jesus, those fireworks are loud. Other than that, it's labeled correctly. I believe there's like one time where it shows up as assembled rocket, and I think it's this contract specifically. But I could be wrong on that too. I mean, I may be totally talking out of my ass here. I don't know. But this one. But it doesn't have a different icon. The icon still always shows like the icon for the assembled rocket. So maybe one day if it ever gets changed, I'll add it, but I don't see that happening. It seems like they just release more content for this game rather than fix bugs and issues that the game has, because there's things that just have never gotten fixed, even from like, you know, seasons ago. Like, it's kind of crazy. Oh, and that the one contract that has the, what is it, this one, this like hot potatoes, that's a bug. Like, I shouldn't, this should still be locked, because you don't, you get that in one of the other maps. There's a like a field that you farm that gives you like experimental potatoes or whatever, and those are the potatoes you use for it. So like, that's just why it wasn't working. But that's just a bug, and that was something that was found in the test server before this was even released, and it was never fixed. So those are just things that It's just amazing that you know, you have a game like this that's played by lots of people and you've made a lot of content that sells every time you release it and you just don't fix your game. Like, it just blows my mind. I don't get it, but see, this truck's fast when you're on the road, but when you're on like off-road, it's slow. But it's not bad when you're on an asphalt road. Actually moves pretty good. Ooh. Almost clipped that pole. I mean, I did hit it a little bit, but I thought I was going to clip one of my things. Alright, so we need to pick up a trailer first, obviously, because we don't have a trailer. So we gotta grab that. I'm not a big fan of articulated steering, but that's really all we've got, so. Alright, this is gonna be crazy with this long-ass trailer. I'm gonna assume this is probably where we get packaged sand. Actually, no, this is probably where we get the cement. Alright, so we got our cement. And we need to go get the packaged sand, which is at the railway station, I believe. Oh, this is gonna take forever. I hate articulated steering so much. Alright. Now I believe we just follow this road and it leads us to the railway station, right? No. No, I need to go to sand storage. Shit. Well, let's just ride down the railroad tracks then. It's an easy way to get there. See, like, why wouldn't they have used, like, that icon up there by Clean Energy for the wind turbine blade? It's kind of weird. There we go. I like doing it this way because you don't really have to steer. It's basically like you're a train. High gear is not any better than... I do think this is making me go a little slower, to be honest, but driving on train tracks is pretty bad regardless in this game. You don't really have very good traction, and it's usually just not a very good idea to do, but for this map, it's kind of easy. It just makes it easier because it's like a straight shot. Not that this road has particularly difficult terrain or anything, but I should have hit the shift button or the clutch button, whatever, because now it doesn't want to shift up at all. I mean, one of these days I'm gonna get my wheel out again. I've only really been playing in like 30-minute increments lately, so I just haven't had the desire to drag my wheel up from the basement and set it all up. Maybe one day when I'm having more time to play, I'll do it. I say that all the time, I know, but it's a pain to drag my wheel out and do all that. If you're watching my videos here because of one of my Logitech wheel videos on SnowRunner, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you stick around and watch more, because I love SnowRunner, and I like to make the videos on SnowRunner. Just for fun. Doing the, oh, I guess it's not really, I was going to say it's like a back feeble, or like a Smith grind, but it's more of a hurricane, or a salad, I think they're also sometimes called. Is it a salad? I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in the skateboarding scene. I forget what it is when your front truck is on the rail and your back truck is hanging off to the side, and you're sliding on like the board underneath. It's like a feeble or like a Smith, but the opposite way. Your front truck's grinding, your rear truck is not. I think it's a hurricane is when you 180 on to the rail and your back truck is grinding, but you're traveling in like a fakey direction. That's a hurricane. What is it when, I don't know if it is anything. I don't know if it's called anything. It might be. They're kind of hard to control, so I don't know that people really do them. Man, this is slow. Holy crap. Am I even going the right way? Oh, I forgot I need to pick up the logs. Shit. I forgot all about the logs. I mean, this truck is slow, so it doesn't... Either way, we're going to be traveling real slow. I'm going to assume I can get through up here. I hope I can. Either way, I can go around these trees, I guess. Well, if you live in the, like, East Coast, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia region, I hope you went to Sheetz and filled up your gas tank today, because they had all gas except for diesel, which I guess diesel's not gas, but you know what I mean. They had all gas at $1.77 a gallon, which is just insane. But it was like, because, you know, 1776 was like when the Declaration of Independence was signed. So gas was $1.77.6, like, you know, 1776. It was wild. Like, there's a Sheetz, like, literally, like, right beside my house, and it's off of a main road, and that road was so backed up for people trying to get in there to get gas. And we had to, we were also, well, my wife went out earlier and filled up her car, so she kind of beat, like, the mad rush. But then I wanted to run to Lowe's because I'm working on building a, like, bedside table, like nightstand, from my oldest son, because we just moved him up to a full-size bed and gave his twin bed to his younger brother, who we just recently moved out of his little toddler crib thing. It was like the crib, but like it had a toddler rail on it. So like he could get in and out of it by himself, but it was still his crib. But we finally gave him his brother's twin bed, and then his brother is using my like childhood full-size bed from when I lived with my parents when I moved out like 10 years ago. Actually, it's been longer than that now, but anyway, 10 plus years ago when I moved out of my parents' house. They made me take my bed with me and like all my stuff because, you know, they didn't want it in their house. So it's just been in our basement, just sitting there. So anyway, he needs like a table, like a nightstand for like his lamp and like, you know, stuff like that, because he didn't have one before, but he also had his bed was much lower to the ground. It just didn't really make sense. But he needs one now, so I've been building him one. And I do, fun fact, I do have another channel. Not that I ever post to it, but it's like a project channel where I would do like, there's a couple random videos on there. But I had built my wife a nightstand, and I made a video for that. And it's not my best work, to be honest here. But I did make a video on it, and it's actually pretty impressive nightstand. For the amount of tools, like woodworking tools I have, I made it work. I don't have a jointer or a planer, so, you know, the boards weren't perfectly flat, and there's a little bit of bow in some of the stuff, but it actually worked out pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And it's been... when did I make that? I think it's been close to a year now. I don't know. I'd have to look and see when I posted the video. But anyway, his is much... hers, I went and got the wood. Oh my god, this truck is so slow. Holy crap. This is the most boring thing ever. So hopefully you enjoy this little story time with Adam. Man, once we pick up this sand, we gotta go all the way over there. Holy shit. Why did I choose to do this? Ugh. So anyway, hers I actually made with like wood that I went and specifically got for it, but his, and this is the second time I've done something like this where I repurposed like one of those like pieces of furniture you get out of a box that you like have to put together from like, you know, Walmart, or not quite as, I mean, IKEA's kind of the same, but it's IKEA stuff is a little heavier duty. I'm talking more of like the black like melamine style MDF type wood that you get from like Walmart, or like, you know, the real cheap crappy stuff that you buy, usually like bookshelves or whatever else that you can assemble with like a screwdriver, those kinds of things. We had two big bookshelves in our basement that we had used to use, but since we moved into this house, we didn't really want them out. We didn't really need them out. So they just have been living in our basement, and I turned those. We had a closet, it's like a coat closet kind of thing in our kitchen, and because like our kitchen, when you enter our kitchen from our garage, like you're in the kitchen basically. Not like the kitchen, it's kind of like where like our like kitchen table is. You come in the garage there, and there's like a coat closet there, and we never really used it for that purpose. It was kind of like a closet for like, the idea was to turn it into a pantry. But ever since COVID, things like melamine and like plywood has been like crazy expensive for a sheet of it. So I've just kind of been putting it off, and I haven't, because we moved into this house literally September of 2019. So like, you know, 5 months before like the whole COVID thing happened, which was a good thing, like, because I'm glad we had gotten the rate on this house that we did, because it's impossible to get the rate we have now. But anyway, that's not even that's not the point of the story. So anyway, I had converted those bookshelves into a pantry in our kitchen, and it worked out really well. Aside from the fact that, like, I didn't sand down the black, like, plasticky crap that's on the like the veneer. And when I painted it white, like, I primed it and then painted it white. And some of the places I sanded better than others, but some of the spots, if you, like, scratch at it with your fingernail, it just peels right off, and, like, you can see the black below it. But then, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's a pantry, like, who really cares? It is just open. I don't have doors to put on it because it just had, like, two doors that are on, like, a track, kind of like closet doors, but they're not, like, bifold doors. They just, like, slide, and you can only open one side or the other because, like, you open the one side, they, like, covered the other door. Like, it wasn't practical for the use anymore, so I just took them off, so it's just open now. And we haven't really figured out what we're gonna do with that, because we do want to put doors on it, but we just haven't figured out how we're going to do it yet. So it's just kind of been just open, which is fine. The only problem with that is my youngest son likes to drag everything out of it. But he's 2, so what can you do? So anyway, back to the story. I've been working on building my son a nightstand, and I'm using another, like, littler bookshelf kind of thing to build that out of, just because, you know, I mean, it's down in our basement and it's not serving any purpose, and if I can make it into something else, why not? But that one, the stuff on it was so much harder to sand off. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was using, like, the roughest sandpaper I could. Like, I think 80 grit was the roughest I had, which is pretty rough. I mean, it's literally, like, it's real rough. Man, I'm just going so slow, like, holy crap. Why is this truck so slow? So I tried sanding it as best I could, and I still didn't even get it to where it needs to be, because I primed it today, which we had to go to Lowe's because I needed to get some, like, foam finish rollers so I could, like, paint it, because I don't want it to be I could have just left it the black, but I don't know. My son likes blue. I told him I could paint it blue because I have some, like, dark blue paint in the basement. But anyway, so I primed it today, and some of the spots, like, it was so weird. It was, oh my god, I hate this truck. Come on, I'm just sitting here spinning. I know none of this stuff is gonna hold. Well, it actually is holding. So yeah, whenever I was painting some of the spots, like, it was dry, but, like, I don't know if I, like, scratched it with, like, the part of the brush or what, but it started to, like, peel up in an area, and then every time I tried to paint it, it would just peel up even more. So it was just really, really frustrating. God, this freaking truck is just useless. Oh. God, I love that truck, but it is just so slow, and then, like, it just gets stuck so easy. I knock it out of there. Holy hell. I can't handle it, man. So anyway, I've been working on that, and yeah, I was doing some of that today, and just, you know, it was a busy day, put it that way. So it should be okay though. I mean, I'm gonna paint it with the actual paint probably tomorrow, and then I'm gonna put a couple coats of, like, a poly acrylic on it, and that makes it, like, really hard. That's what I did with my wife's, because my wife tends to leave, like, cups on things without coasters, and you know how that is with wood. It leaves rings and warps it and whatever else. So hers is like really tough, and she's left cups on it, and it's fine. There's like no marks. But hers is made with actual wood, so like the paint is on wood, and it won't peel off like this stuff does. But it should be all right. I'll put a couple coats of that on there, and then we shouldn't really have any problems at all. I honestly could probably just tow this with this truck. And we want your engine on. Come on. I may hook this trailer up to this truck and tow the Forester behind. I think that probably would be the better choice, because this Forester is so slow. And once I put this packaged sand in here, it's going to be even slower. Like, this is moving faster than the freaking Forester. But I also, like, I put a drawer in this because it was originally just like a small bookshelf, and I, you know, cut the shelves down, put them in a way that where I can put a drawer in at the top, and I make the drawer entirely by myself. I have like these pieces of shiplap that I use to make the drawer, and then I have like another thin piece of, like, I guess it's kind of like masonite, but it's not masonite. It's just like a thin, like, material that I can use for the drawer bottom. And since the shiplap has like that groove in it, like a tongue kind of thing, I can use that spot to put the little piece of masonite or whatever you want to call it in there, and then sorry, I can't do two things at once. I can't talk and think about what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, so then I put that in there, and then I add the last piece of wood on for the drawer face, and it works out really well. Yeah, this truck is not pulling this. Alright. We're gonna have to detach the trailer. Oh, was the e-brake on? That could be why. Yeah, the freaking e-brake was on. Well, that makes it much easier. I think I just drug it the whole way over here like that too. So yeah, so then I attach the front like piece on, which the front piece of the drawer is actually a piece of real wood from actually leftover pieces from my wife's nightstand. But I need the drawer slides, and I had to order them from Amazon because it's kind of a shallow nightstand. It's only like 10 inches wide, and I have a set of drawer slides, but they're too long. They're like 12 inches, so obviously that's larger than the actual thing is. So I needed like 8-inch ones, and they're kind of hard to find, so I had to buy them off of Amazon. And with today being a holiday, they didn't come, and they're not coming until tomorrow, so. Yeah, oh, damn it. This is a bit of a long episode, but it's mostly just because I don't like where that winch attached. What the heck? It's mostly just because this truck is so freaking slow. No, I want the freaking truck. So yeah, that's my story time. I like to build things, and I like to make things out of things that I already have, apparently, because I've done it quite a few times. It's actually really fun. It's super rewarding. I have more of that crap. I have like an old computer desk that's basically broken. I actually used one of the pieces of it for this particular project. I also, man, I have so far to go. I also have a old like TV stand that I could use for something, so I'm sure I'll have to build one for my other son at some point, so I will. But like, it literally cost me no money. I had to go buy some paintbrushes and some paint rollers today, but that was it. Everything else I had, I didn't spend any money on the actual thing. I have primer still. I have paint. So yeah, it was real easy. And I have quite a bit of tools. Like I have a big DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. I have, you know, I'm a DeWalt guy. I have a bunch of DeWalt tools. I have, you know, a circular saw. I have drills, drivers, all that stuff. So I probably shouldn't cut straight across this, but oh my god, this is so slow. I'm really sorry for this. I should not have chose to use this truck. It's just painstakingly slow. I should have just done it in 2 trips with the Zeeks, because it would have been so much faster. Like, we're not even going to be able to finish this off. I'm not going to be able to do the turbine blade until I'm gonna have to do it in the next episode, because this is just gonna it's gonna take too long. We're already almost 40 minutes, and like I said, I want to keep these at 30 minutes now. I don't want to go for 45 minutes anymore, because I just feel like it's too long. And like, I know in the same token, you kind of can't really get stuff done in SnowRunner in 30 minutes, but you can as long as you're efficient, and I usually am pretty efficient. But this was just a bad choice to use this truck. It's just too slow. It's a great truck if it were a little bit faster, but it's just not. Honestly, if there's a mod for it, I'd look into getting it. I may have to look that up. A mod that just makes it just a little bit faster. Because, like, it's just very slow. And it's like, I don't even need it to be, you know, like, it doesn't need to go super fast, but it just needs to be a little faster than it is. Because, good lord. Have you ever seen one of these things in real life? Because they are absolutely massive. Like, they don't look like they're that big, because usually you see them from really far away. Like, you're on, you know, a highway or whatever, you see them off in the distance. The closest ones to me are probably off of, like, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, going to, like, Pittsburgh. That's where I've seen them a lot. But even still, you see them off the Turnpike, like, they look small, but like, you just know they're huge, because, you know, they are huge. But it's pretty cool. I mean, they definitely look big too. There's some that are closer than others, but they're really, really big. I would love to see one like right up at the base of it sometime in my life. That would be really neat, because they're massive. I have seen, actually, one of the blades being transported on the, like, on just the highway, actually right through, like, my town where I live right now. I've seen one. And the blades are huge, like absolutely huge. Oh man, I really just want to get over here, like, and get this delivered. This has been painful. I've been watching a lot of Dirty Jobs lately too, because it's on the new HBO, which is now called Max. And I used to love that show, and there was one that I had watched recently where he cleans one of these things. Oh, I need to pull this a little further forward and jump to the Aramatsu, because everything is in that. Alright, there we go. It's completed. Jesus. Alright, let's attach this trailer, and we'll just move this truck somewhere over here. And then I'll jump back in here, and we'll just hook this up to this truck, because I don't want to just leave the trailer here, and I don't really want to delete it if I don't have to, so we'll just pull this off to the side and leave it sit somewhere. But yeah, see, it says assembled rocket. Like, it's so stupid. I don't understand that. There's a bunch of stumps there. Let's not drive in there. Alright, we'll pull this off to the side, because we're going to have to drive down here with the assembled rocket. But we're going to use probably the Mastodon for that, the big Zeeks. So anyway, we'll do that in the next episode. Sorry this took so long. Sorry it was slow. Sorry I used the Aramatsu, but it's just kind of the best truck for the job with logs and another trailer. But anyway, leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to. I will see you in the next episode.